Hi guys, so we're back with another tutorial for the fighting game in GameMaker. This is going to be the last one. I'm going to be trying to do a little bit of AI in this tutorial and also a very simple AI. Please, I'm not trying to do something complex or something interesting. It's just something very simple that allows us to sort of play against the AI. And I'm also gonna add a little touch that I think is gonna make it look better, particularly considering it's very simple to do, and it's gonna add a lot of it's just gonna look a lot nicer. So we're gonna make the character of the game look a lot nicer with just a few lines of code, and a lot nicer now, but it's kind of a very nice touch to add. Actually, how about we start with that? So you see this the game, the ground seems quite shiny. It's actually reflecting these lights, right? So how about we make it reflect the character too, so the character sprite. In order to do that, we have to override the draw event. So basically we have to draw ourselves first. That's always draw self, and then draw the same sprite but reflected over the ground, on the ground more than over, sorry, on the ground. But basically we will see what we do. We're gonna scale it to -1, and then not exactly -1, and we're gonna apply some alpha. So the thing we're gonna do is we're also gonna keep a other player is no one, but and then also store the current position as the ground position. So ground y is going to be y. This is something we're going to use here. So height is going to be y minus ground y. We need this because if we were jumping or we were doing something, we probably want to scale the height too, so that we don't see ourselves reflected right on the ground when we are in the same position as when we are standing on the ground. We probably want the reflection to move along with us. We don't have jumps, so this is always going to be 0, but anyway. So reflection y is going to be the ground y plus, for instance, 0.5 times the height. And then we are going to draw sprite x. So why are we using that? Well, draw sprite x allows us to do things like these or these. So we basically are going to draw it in our position, but scale -1 and with a 0.5 of alpha. So go back here. So basically the sprite is going to be sprite index. The image is going to be image index. X is going to be Rx. Y is going to be reflection Y. X scale is going to be image X scale. Y scale is going to be -1. Rotation is going to be 0. Color is going to be white. I don't know how you define white, so probably -1 is -1 white probably, yeah. C white, okay, I'm gonna use C white. C white, and the alpha 0.5. So let's see what happens. Yeah, do you see? Now we have the character being reflected. Cool. Oh, this is a little bit too much. Let's reflect it with a scale of -0.5. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Probably -0.75. We just deform it a little bit, and that means we see a little bit more than we should, but it's still, yeah, and that looks cool, isn't it? It gives a little bit, a very nice touch to something with a very little work. You just need to do a little bit of work, and then it kind of looks very cool, doesn't it? Of course, we could add shaders to make it look blurred and stuff like that, but we're not going to be doing that. I just wanted to show you a little trick to make reflection easily, and here you go. So let's get on with the AI. So how are we going to do our AI? What we're going to do is we're going to decide what to do every few ticks. So every few ticks we're going to decide what to do based on our current situation. So in the create, we're gonna inherit the create and inherit the parent event, and then set the alarm for the AI to think. We're gonna let the first second not thinking, so set alarm 0 equals 30, for instance, and then we'll think. And we add an event, alarm 0. This is our thinking. So when we think, we basically decide AI thinking algorithm. So if we are too far from the other player, let's get closer. So our list x is gonna be other player dot x minus x. Alias. If this x is bigger than, say, 100, then we want to get closer. Else, if this x is below 50, we want to pull away. Else, we have to decide between crouching, punching, or kicking. So, yeah. And think again in a few ticks. Alarm 0 equals 10, for instance. So when we move closer, we want movement to be 1. When we put away, we want movement to be -1. Understand? And when we maybe I'm wrong, eh? When we are crouching, we want movement to be 0. So in this step, instead of doing the AI here, let's keep it like this. Let's see if this very simple AI does something. Yeah. It is getting too close, so I'm gonna be making it a little bit further away. So for instance, we want it to be if it's below 200, and then if it's 100. Let's see if this is better. So yeah, this is still good. Yeah, we are still in range, so that's good. Very good. So good. This part is the part of getting closer to the. So we're even gonna give it the player a little bit more time to think before we start. So 60, and then here. This seems to be working fine. Now, what else? For instance, we want here to decide whether to punch, kick, or crouch. So we use a random number to decide. So I random, I think if we put 3, not sure, I'm not sure if it's 3 or 2, so inclusive, so it's gonna be 2. So for instance, I random 2 is gonna decide whether to punch, kick, or crouch. So and well, by the way, crouch is gonna be false, crouch is gonna be false. So if bar run option, if run option is 0, then we simply crouch is not crouch. We crouch or get up, depending. Crouch or get up. Actually, we're gonna use a switch. Switch run option. Okay, 0. Break. Case 1. Break. Case 2. Break. Default. Break. So debug message error. Okay. String run option. Okay. Punch, kick. Okay. So the thing is, here we can just set punch true. So we're gonna by the way before we have set false and kick to false. Kick is true. The problem with this is that that is a problem. So far the thing is, one of the things that we want to do is, if we set these, we want to reset it like 1 or 2 ticks after this. So we shouldn't have to do this here, because that should be on actually for every time we go here anyway. But now what we want to do is to reset these after a few ticks. So we add an event, which is going to be on 1, and we do punch, false, kick, false. Reset the hitting inputs. Our set alarm 1, 1, alarm 1, 1, for instance, rather than 2 ticks. Let's give it 2 ticks, so it hits during 2 ticks. So now let's see. So in order to get a better feeling of these, let's say our next time to think again is going to be 10, and we're going to set it to time to think again. But when we're punching or kicking, let's say time to think again is going to be 30. Time to think again is going to be 30. So this is gonna give us, when we are moving, it thinks every few, like 3 times every second. But when it punches, it's supposedly only thinking once every second. But this is not obvious enough. Let's make it more obvious. Let's say 100, so once every 3 seconds. So if we receive a hit, then it stops, another one, another one. There we go. This is better. Yeah, looks like it is better. So let's set it to 50, which is a lot. I think it's better. It's still giving us some time to think, but it's not overwhelming us, kicking all the time. Of course, if we had blocks, it would be a lot nicer. And also, if one of the things that we could do is when we are hit, in the step, we do something like, if we are in a hit state, let's set the alarm to think again soon. If state is 10 or the state is 11, alarm 0 is going to be, say, 2. So basically, while we are in the state of being hit, we are going to be setting this alarm to 2, but then the moment we leave, it's gonna stay in 2, so it's gonna be 2 ticks after we leave this state, we're gonna be thinking again. Oh, you see? That way it's not so easy to hit it. Okay, so I think that we have it. There we go, we have a very basic AI, and we got a state machine that works, and well, we could actually have a state machine for the AI, and we could have some sort of behavior, what it was like, behavior tree, or well, I don't know if behavior tree would be appropriate here, probably yes, or something like that. But the thing is, we don't have time on this. And the purpose of this tutorial is not to do AI, but to show you about state machines and a little bit of what you need to do a fighting game. So that's it. You could always add health to the players, and you could add a death condition. You could add jump. You could add like combos. You could add things like the AI being harder or easier depending on whether you're near being killed or not. So if you have little health left, maybe your AI is a little bit dumber, and when you got a lot of health, then it's a little bit more smarter. I don't know. There's the jumping, kick and punches when jumping, like combos for things like Hadouken and stuff like that. I don't know. There's like lots of options that you could do to improve this. Maybe you should, if you're interested. I mean, it's a good exercise, and it's gonna teach you what it takes to do a proper fighting game. I mean, this is very humbling in the sense that it shows the amount of work that you need to do to make a good fighting game. But that's not the purpose of this tutorial. This is just a brief example. And by the way, I'm using the sprites here with only for teaching purposes. I'm not definitely. You shouldn't use those for commercial purposes. You should only use them for to try things, and that's alright. I think that's legal in most countries, but you should not use them for anything commercial. They are actually copyrighted, and I mean you could get in trouble. That would be dumb. Also, no one wants to play a game with the same characters that you find in another one. You're not gonna do something as good as they do with King of Fighters. Do your own thing. So anyway, I hope you guys like this series of tutorials. If you liked, please hit the like button, and if you got any questions or comments, please write them in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys again in the next video, which I don't know when will it be. I don't know if I'll do another one about GameMaker soon, but if you're interested, maybe I will. See you guys soon, and if not, you remember that there are lots of Unity tutorials also in this channel, so be sure to check them out. See you guys soon. Bye.